Hello, my name is Tracy Allen, and I want to welcome you to Cooking with Some Friends. Hello everyone and welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. We're having a party and so I am getting some appetizer type foods ready and I'm going to show you a recipe for what are called pig shots, and you'll have to bake these at 375 for about 40 to 45 minutes. You want the bacon to get done. So what I've done is I've taken a 12-ounce package of smoked sausage and a package of bacon. Thick cut is best. And I cut the bacon in half and I cut the sausage into about 3/4 to an inch pieces. And then I wrapped each one of those pieces of sausage in bacon and then secured it with a toothpick. And you want it to stick up above because this is going to kind of make your bowl for the rest of your ingredients. So I'm going to make my barbecue sauce now, which is really barbecue sauce plus 2 tablespoons of honey and a teaspoon and a half of brown sugar. And we use Casey Masterpiece, but whatever barbecue sauce you use, there's a 1/4 cup of that. So I'm going to make this and set this aside until I'm ready for it, because this is going to go over the top of everything else. Make sure all that brown sugar is mixed in. Okay. So set that aside. Now I'm going to make the filling that goes inside of these, and in my bowl I have some sour cream. I have 1/4 cup of sour cream, and I have 4 ounces of soft cream cheese. And I'm going to use my mixer and mix that, but to it I want to add, I diced up 1 jalapeno pepper, so I'm going to add that, and you want to dice that pretty fine. And you'll notice I also sliced up a jalapeno, and I'm going to use that later in the same recipe. Make sure you don't touch your face or anything for this. I'm going to add a teaspoon of Slap Yo Mama. And then I have some fine shredded cheese, and I have about 1/2 cup of that I'm going to put in. And then I want to mix all that together with my mixer. Now you can do one of 2 things at this point. I have a piping bag that I'm going to fill here in a minute, and I'm going to pipe that onto those. If you don't have a piping bag, you can go ahead and take a spoon and just dollop it into that bowl that you created with your bacon. And then on top of that, I'm going to put a slice of jalapeno, and then I'm going to drizzle my barbecue sauce that I made over the top of that. At that point, when all those are ready, they'll be ready to bake for 40 to 45 minutes at 375. Hello, welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. Emma's in front of me. And Brian and Taylor brought the kids. We're going to do some activities and stuff with the kids in a little bit. But in the meantime, I told Brian, I said, would you bring, I don't make pot stickers. And I like them, I just don't make them. Down, you mean up? And so Brian is sharing his recipe that it's a Guy Fieri recipe that he kind of follows. And so he's going to walk you through making pork pot stickers.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to come and be in the video? That's fine. Just take the toys out. So we're going to start out, we doubled the recipe to use about 12 ounces of pork. The recipe calls for 6 ounces. So we just throw that in a pan on medium heat, and we're gonna cook it off. And to this, just don't touch that, it's gonna be hot, okay? To this, we're gonna add a few things. We are going to add onion, minced garlic, minced ginger, and then in a little bit we will add some soy sauce and some sesame oil.
Do you like pot stickers?
He doesn't even know if they are.
Right on the edge.
So we're going to use about half a cup of just diced white onion, about 4 tablespoons of minced garlic, and about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 4 tablespoons of minced ginger. I don't use as much ginger as the recipe calls for because I'm not a huge fan of ginger, but it just all goes in the same pan, and we just saute this until the pork is cooked. And then once the pork is cooked, say that's about half a cup. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry. I was
You're fine.
worried about little man here.
We just cook this until the pork is cooked through, and then from there we will add some soy sauce, some green onion, and some sesame oil.
Smells good.
Yeah, I love the smell of onion cooking.
And towards the end, because these have to boil and then they fry. And while Brian's showing, after he shows you the first one boiling, while he's in that process, I'm going to show you the sauce we're going to use to dip these in.
Smell the ginger? Yeah,
He's busy eating white chocolate chips.
the recipe calls for a lot of ginger, and I think the ginger flavor is super strong.
Yeah, it can get that way
So
anyway.
I go kind of light on that. Basically just trying to keep this moving, make sure all that pork gets cooked and rendered.
And so we'll come back when we get this all cooked down and we're ready for the next step.
Yep.
Okay. So the pork is cooked.
Yep. And really there's not a lot of other seasonings that goes into this because your garlic and your ginger and the onions is really what's going to flavor it. But to this, now that it is cooked off, we are going to add, it's just a couple teaspoons of soy sauce. You can go a little heavier on that if you want, but you don't have to. It's just to give it a little bit of flavor. And then it's only like a teaspoon of sesame oil, and that you don't want to go too strong on because sesame oil is pretty strong.
Yes.
And to that we are going to add, what do we say, about a half cup of green onion. So there's
Which you can take a little of that and leave it to garnish if you want to.
Yep. So this pretty heavy.
Honey, that's,
What do you want?
he wants to help pour those in.
You want to pour those in? Pour them in. Just don't
Be
drop
careful,
it.
that's really hot.
And don't miss.
Okay, that's good.
So really, there's a lot of onion flavor in this. So if you don't like onion that much, you could go lighter on the onion.
Yep.
Which Lee would love this because of all the onion.
Wrong answer.
So, and then we're just going to cook this down for just a few minutes, and then we're going to let it cool for a little bit, and actually then we will start stuffing the pot stickers. But you don't want to start too fast because it's too hot when you try to put it in the wonton wrappers.
How is it supposed to work?
Okay, so now we're going to fill our wontons with our filling. We're going to take about a tablespoon, just depending on the size of your wontons. You just don't want to go overboard with the filling because you don't want to run out of room.
Can you take the onions out for me?
No, not at this point. Maybe a little more in that one. And then we're going to take this egg wash and we're just going to brush the edges of the wonton wrapper, and then we're going to seal this up nice because what we're going to do is we're going to boil these first, and then once they're all boiled, we will fry them to get the bottoms of them crispy. So you really want to make sure these are sealed up good. I probably could have put a little more in that one.
That's okay. It's better safe than...
Yeah, because you don't want them to break open while they're boiling and all your filling to go everywhere. So just make sure they're sealed up nice. Set them to the side, and once you're done filling all of them, sealing them, then you boil them for about a minute or until they float. Once you get to that point, we will show you how to fry them.
Okay.
So.
Okay. We've got our pot stickers going, and we didn't overcrowd. We wanted to make sure it wasn't too much, so these will... They already kind of floated, didn't
Yep.
they?
It won't take long at all.
Yeah,
about
it
a
doesn't
minute.
take long to cook it all. Okay, so you boiled me. You boiled all of the pot stickers, and then you heated some oil in a frying pan,
Yep.
and now you're going to fry them. You
Yep.
fry both sides?
No, just one side.
Just one side.
Yep, one side for about 3 to 4 minutes, just until they're brown. It just gives them a little crispiness on there. Yeah, and then once they're out and brown, they're ready to go. You're ready to eat.
Yeah.
You just want to make sure don't overcrowd the pan, because then they don't brown as nicely. And you want a little bit of crisp on the bottom of them.
And you're going to put them on paper toweling when you're
Yeah,
done?
just to drain if there's any excess grease on there.
We talked about making a sauce, but you can use just soy
Soy
sauce.
sauce. The recipe that Guy Fieri actually wrote calls for soy sauce or ponzu sauce, which I don't really know what that is.
But we also got out the chili garlic sauce, and that might be good on them too. It's spicy,
Could be, yeah.
but it might be good on them. So we'll show you what they look like when they're completed and plated, and that's it. Thanks for joining us for this session of Cooking with Some Friends. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And find us on Facebook at Cooking with Some Friends.